Welcome to Wubby Gaming, the place where gamers grow. So today's episode is all going to be about how to use this MLG Infinite Gauntlet damage output calculator. Wow, that's a long name. So the basis of this is when you are doing Gauntlet and you are baiting monsters, what you want to know is how much health does my monster need to make sure I can successfully bait. So there's two main scenarios. The first scenario is if you are using a trap and the trap needs to be under 50% to trigger, how much health do you need so you will trigger that 50%? And the second scenario is if you need to survive. So for example, if you're using a Fetus arm, if you're using an Iltron's mask, how much life does your target monster need in order to take the hit, stamina drain, and then exit? So full credits for this calculator to MLG. So this was produced by AK123456789 from MLG Guides, and I just made a few minor modifications to make it a little bit easier for me to use. I will put a link to the description below. If you want to keep up to date with the latest changes, go to this Discord link here, and I'll just run through quickly how to use this calculator and also how to save your own version. To save your own version, just go to File and make a copy. So that's how I recommend you use it. If you want to use the online version, then go to the red tab here, the one that says public, and change the values here. But the only drawback here is really only one person at a time can use this. You will see through the rest of the video how to actually use this. But in summary, the yellow cells are the cells that you have to fill in. The table on the right hand side shows at level 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, and 150 how much damage will occur once you fill in the yellow tabs. But if your monster is an in-between level, you can manually enter the level for your target monster, the one that is going to be the bait monster. And the third step is tick the gray boxes if they apply. So elemental advantage, you shouldn't be ticking that at all because you don't want to be sending in baits that are weak. So for example, if you're trying to bait a water element like Varapapu, you don't want to be sending in your fire baits because they will have 1.5 damage. Quite often what you do want to do is send the same element, and if it's the same element, it's the elemental weakness. So instead of 100% damage, they'll do 50% damage. And the other one that you do use from time to time is damage protection. So for example, someone like a Rotten, they only take half damage. So you tick that box when that one applies. I've also added in here the element chart because I often forget which element is strong against which. So if you do need a reminder, this is here for you as well. So let's jump into the gauntlet. This isn't the current gauntlet. It's actually yesterday's gauntlet. And the main thing I want to walk you through is how to actually use this calculator in action. And you will find that my baiting skills are still on the improve. Because I was using BlueStacks, it was really hit and miss. So you'll see sometimes where I do use it successfully and there's other times where it's an absolute failure. Enjoy the calculator. If you do have any questions, post in the comments and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. Okay, node 46, you can see that Aerobat and RoboElf are both 32,000 with Aerobat going first. I'm going to send in Spawny to bait. So the question here is, can Spawny take a hit? He has 306,000. So what we need to do is run a damage calculator using Aerobat. And we're going to use a damage calculator provided to us by MLG. So that's AK from MLG Guides. So Aerobat is 24134 and level 210, 24134. Aerobat, when there are 3 enemies, will usually do this forget your tricks because it's not Earth against Earth. And special damage will do 100% damage. So it's likely to be 30. And our Spawny is 110. So that will do 186,000. And our Spawny is 328,000, so we will clearly eat up that hit without a problem. And we will full stamina drain because we have Iltrons, which does 255, plus the stamina from the skill itself, which is 30. That's 285, which is a full stamina drain because they max out at 280 without any stamina runes. And for this particular node, because we know Aerobat will attack but not kill us, and will be stamina drained, and then RoboElf will attack us, we don't need to click exit. There we go. So Aerobat is 0 and we'll go back in with our main team. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button to enter giveaways, grow in Monsterwood Gems, Stardust, Diamond Relics, Race Monsters, Legendary Wars. 49, there's a 33-8 Chimney and a 33-2 Renata. Those two both outspeed us, so we will need to bait Chimney here. I know through experience that Heist with 3 life will easily survive this, but we will run the damage calculator in case you're not sure. The Chimney will either do a deploy steal, which is 25, or a hardwood for burning, which is 40 to 1 single. So it's fire and fire, so he will only do about 141 if it's a single attack, and about 88 if it's a AoE attack. Deploy steal it is. There's the full stamina drain, and we'll just let Renata kill us. On node 50, we have a 35-6 Rhodey and a 34 Krampus. Rhodey does have the stamina rune, so she does have more than the usual 280. Rhodey will most likely do the polyphase system because it attacks all enemies, and that's a 25 damage skill. 27,300 and level 240. So it's going to do about 107,000 to Thundercon. So using this table on the right, at level 130, it's going to do about 107,000 to Thundercon because it is weak, and about 214,000 to a normal monster. So let's check if our health is above 214. So our normal monster is Laser Beam, 350. So that will drain Rhodey with the Fetus armor. And the Iltron's Mask will also drain Rhodey because Thundercon has 539 health. So let's go in and fight. On speed, X. Rhodey attacks. Wait for the clouds. 1 cloud. We're waiting for the cloud on Laser Beam. I'm not sure what happened there because the Thetis armor didn't seem to trigger. So we will go in with 1 more bait just to finish Rhodey's bait. When you are going with 1 bait, do not go in with 3 monsters. Just 1 is enough, otherwise you will run out of baits. 37. So Rhodey is fully baited, so we can go in with our main team now. 51, there's a 33 for Black Feather and a 32 for Iguanosaur. This one is a little bit tricky because you don't know if Black Feather will actually do damage on his first turn or not. So it's difficult to know whether to bait Black Feather or to bait Iguanosaur instead. So I typically choose to bait Iguanosaur. I'm running a 140 Iguanosaur to bait, so I'm not going to bother doing the damage calculator here because he will survive fight 1 times. Iguanosaur used For My Father, which is 45. Iguanosaur does have enough stamina for 1 more attack, so I have to go in with 1 more bait here. Because Black Feather will go before Iguanosaur, I have to send in a Uriel's holder. And now we can go in with our main team. When you are using blue stacks, just before the last monster dies, you want to make sure you go back to 1 times so you can be ready to bait the next node. There's 3 monsters that are 36, 36, and 36. So the best thing to do here is go in with a monster with double trap to bait all 3 of them at once. The fastest monster is Firestar here, and Firestar is Nature. Firestar is 31080 and 270. 31080, level 270. My Rodden is level 130. And it's going to do half damage because Rodden has damage protection. Looking at Firestar's attacks, his most heavy damage hitting skill is Bad Kid, Bad Gift. So that's a 45 heavy special, so he's likely to do that. Firestar's attack power 31080 and he's level 280. With a 45 damage against a level 130 Rodden. Even with damage protection, he's likely to do 320,000. So a 2 life Rodden will be 465. So we will go with 2 life because if we add another life, we might be too tanky and the 50% on the trap won't trigger. 5, 1 times X. We were a little bit too slow on the X, so that's a problem. So because we were too slow on the X and they're all half, we'll go in with another monster with single trap. Against the 120, he will do 670,000. So our cockroach cannot tank that, so we'll have to change monsters. A Slugzoid is 584, so still not tanky enough. Against a 137 Latalis, he'll do about 615,000 damage. And our Latalis is 654,000 health. So let's go in with this. X. Attack. Oh, he did something different. Hopefully we survive here. Do survive? Wait for the... Against a 150 Vampira, he'll do about 573k damage. So we'll go 2 life. Alright, so 730, he'll take about 2/3, which is what we want. Fight. X. Wait for the attack. Okay, he's buffed on else. Wait for Spitfire's attack. Wait for the cloud. Cloud's done. Exit. Okay, so they're all fully stamina drained. Go in with your main team. 54, 36 Laser Beam, 37 Natalis, and 38 Bora. Olivia has damage protection at rank 3, so he has about 1 million health, so we don't have to do the damage calculator here. Fight, and put on 1 speed, and let them kill us. The Latalis is fully drained. The Bora does not have any damage moves and no dots either, so we don't actually have to debate Bora. So what will happen here is Latalis will recharge, and then we have to bait Laser Beam, and then rebait Latalis. The Laser Beam 33176 and level 280. Laser Beam's heaviest attack is a 60 on kill record. Against a Magic 120 monster, it's 476,000. So my Renata has 464 plus 65,000 from the armor, so that should be enough. That's fine. Another option when you need to bait 2 monsters is send in a really high level monster with all life. So Laser Beam is now fully drained and we have to redrain Latalis again. We are just going to send in 1 at a time because none of these monsters can drain. One more fail bait to finish us off. So we had 14 baits and 5 of them failed. On this one, I didn't realize that Ferris gives stamina as a status cast on each turn, so this node was not really beatable in the first place. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out one of these two videos over here. And if you think Wubby Gaming videos will help one of your friends grow, make sure to share with them as well. And I will see you next time.